which is unusual.
Yes.
EV Café News.
Oh, my lovelies. Welcome to the 10 with the EV Café. 30 minutes of what's happening in sustainable transport. And I've got a little bit of man flu, so bear with. Close to the edge today. But we have got expert analysis from the EV Café crew. Amply supported, did you see what I did there, by Drax Electric Vehicles. The business when it comes to the EV transition. We can even make sense of the budget, but more on that in a minute. And today we have with us the wonderful Paul. Now, Paul, that does not look like your home. Where be thou?
I be in Southbourne, Ian Mayhew, if you're in the chat, or if you're not, but I'm just around the corner from Ian Mayhew, and I've had a walk along the beach this morning. It was fabulous, just kind of helps the day and the stress and all of that malarkey drift away and gets you off to a great start. That's where I am.
Okay, creepy, stalkery vibes there from Paul. And Sam, where are you today? You at home?
I'm at new home today, yes, or at least for a little while. But yeah, up at the Cracker Sparrows working on the place as per usual to try and get in before Christmas.
Good man. And I'm just going to explain to Paul, when you're round the corner from somebody who's a viewer, it's a bit stalkery and creepy.
Yeah, no, I sort of did the maths in the end. Took a while.
Gotta love him, hug him and squeeze him.
But he had his curtains shut this morning, so
How inconvenient for you.
Still, you can always pop back later. And Sarah, you're at home?
I am. Yeah, my daughter's off school today, so we're just camping out.
Ooh, get you. Right, okay, let's grab a cuppa and plug into what's happening in clean transport this week. And, of course, we have to talk budget, the budget, 2025. And electric vehicles may be hit with a 3 pence per mile tax, or will they? And what does it all really mean? Sam, our numbers man, I'm coming to you for that one.
Okay.
Hang on. We're all going to need a say on that one.
Oh, I think so, but we'll come to Sam first, because otherwise the old lower lip will wobble. He is the numbers man. DFT has finally announced changes to rules on electric vans. Thank the Lord, hallelujah. And Pablo Montoya, we are coming to you as our van man. And councils are making progress on EV charging infrastructure compliance, Drax finds out. Sarah, public policy, charging and all that shizzle. Down to you, Flower. And then finally, a seasonal little something from me. Drink and drug driving warning for fleets ahead of the party season. And we're all just going to get laid into that one and just have a little chat, because we love you, care about you and hug you, squeeze you and all that stuff. But first, it is the EV Café commercial clap, where we highlight innovation and new things that we're doing.
The commercial clap from the EV Café.
Innovation applauded.
Right, you bum bags, listen up. It's National EV Week next week. A thing what we have created along with the wonderful 19 group, Mike Costain, Lawrence and all the chaps there. It's been utterly fabulous to get this all set up for you. 12 webinars, 6 presenters, 35 guests, hundreds of questions already lined up, and many hundreds already registered. So you've got to come along. Basically, that's the bottom line. Paul, it's going to be good. I'm going to put some links in the chat box. Tell us about it.
Well, so this was a brainstorm that kind of created this thing that happened a few months ago, and we have got such an incredible lineup. Some really, really great and insightful speakers. We've got some brilliant sponsors really showcasing what can happen when people put their minds to sorting out the electric vehicle transition, making it easier, but also helping people to address the challenges that they'll find. We're also going to explore the built environment. We're exploring charging. We're exploring vehicles of car, van, truck, total cost of ownership, really understanding how we can make this value work for the whole ecosystem. And I'm not kidding you, what a lineup of people we've got. Get over to the links wherever they appear.
In the chat.
In the chat, get there. Go and pick the ones that you need the most information for. At the moment, I will say, the most popular one is, of course, Vans. Yes. But so we kick it off on Monday morning with Stuart Murphy, Nigel Allsop from Royal Mail and BT respectively, also Europe Car, and we've also got the Daft Truck dealers that are going to be playing a part in that as well. I'm going to be hosting that one. It's going to be really exciting, and I love that. I'm actually going to be in BT's head office, or one of their offices in Birmingham, for that one. So that's really kind of cool. I'm quite excited for that, but it is the most popular. Beat that, everybody. So go and sign up for all of the other ones, and see if you can make your favourite the favourite.
I don't know about anybody else, but, I'm really excited by Friday. And I've got to say Friday for two reasons. I think they are the absolute standout sessions of the week. We've got a cheeky bit of truck and van, which is great stuff. And we also have the quite wonderful Sarah Sloman dealing with AI and how you can use AI to turn data into insights that can help make you more efficient and more profitable. That's going to be a good one, Sarah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm actually on 3 as well, so we're going to take each one in isolation as the day goes on. It's like unwrapping your Christmas presents one day at a time. Just keep it calm. I didn't realise it's competition, Paul. I'm now officially going to make sure that
Heck yeah.
AI,
Of course.
actionable insights.
What he does is he gets in the lead before he tells us it's a competition. And
Yeah,
then
exactly. I want to play.
Well,
as if we haven't worked that out.
I didn't realise it was a competition until I was in the lead, and then I thought, it's a competition.
And Sam, of course, you're one of our guests. You're coming along to give your wisdom, not just to host, but to actually pass on some of the great stuff you've been learning from the ZHID trial.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I'm always passionate about, is talking about doing, not talking about maybe doing. So I'm very, very, very privileged to be in a position to be able to share some of the insights of things we've actually built, and trucks actually on the road, and depots actually charging on a daily basis. That stuff is fantastic. And in fact, the presentations I now do, I'm becoming a third wheel, really, because people are. It's more about the people that have got the data and the vehicles that are telling us all about the things they've learned, as opposed to me telling us about the project. So it's really positive, actually, and it's great line of guests that are doing the doing. And that's fantastic.
Absolutely right. Tom Middleditch rightly points out that Europe Car are sponsoring National EV Week, bless your little hearts, and they're looking forward to contributions from Mark Newbury, the man of Movember, remember him from last week, and Stuart Russell, both going to be there, and they are both out there doing the do. Brilliant stuff. Well played, everybody. Right, okay, before we move on, a little shout out to CATL, a global leader in new energy technology innovation, together with partners Stellantis, and they're celebrating the groundbreaking of their 50-50 joint venture, which is a 50 gigawatt hour lithium iron phosphate gigafactory in Zaragoza in Spain. I just wanted to read that story because I got to say Zaragoza.
I'm very impressed.
All right, you Muppets, should we get on with the news? Let's do it.
Yes.
Right. Stand by, everybody. Right, comments in the chat. I'll try and pick some up as we go through the programme. The government will introduce a new pay-per-mile tax for electric vehicles, including plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Plans to introduce a new electric vehicle excise duty. Yep, quite right. It's enough to make anybody die. Plans to introduce a new electric vehicle excise duty were widely reported before the budget as a potential measure to plug falling fuel duty revenues. Fuel duty receipts for April 2025 to September 25 were £12.2 billion, which was £26 million lower than the same period last year. The decline is usually attributed to electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles because that's where the loss is coming from, while deciding to freeze fuel duty until September 2026. Why? Just why? Rachel Reeves confirmed that zero-emission cars will attract a new charge of 3 pence per mile in addition to existing road taxes from April 2028. Tom Middleditch, he's with us from Europe Car, and he said the Chancellor is stuck between a rock and a hard place. So she should be. She needs to find new routes for revenue generation, but also needs to encourage adoption of net zero mobility. It's not surprising, therefore, that the proposal for an EV paper mile charge was announced. It's unclear at this stage exactly how that will be implemented for rental vehicles. Frankly, my friend, it's unclear how it's going to be implemented for anyone. And the point of this story is that there is a consultation which is going to happen. So you need to have your say. Now, I am busy putting the link in the chat. The consultation link is there. If you are in any way, shape or form impacted by the 3 pence per mile that you are going to have to pay at some point in some way, then you need to jump on that link and do something about it. But before I finish and hand over to Sam, the numbers man, I want to give you some facts, because my instinct was to have bile, rage and abject frustration at this announcement. And then I went and had a look at the numbers. And I crunched some numbers. Let's have a look at the tax per mile of petrol versus EV. If you have a car that does 25 miles per gallon, you are currently, based on yesterday's prices, paying 13.6 pence per mile of fuel duty. You pay it at the pump, you don't know you're paying it, but you pay it. 13.6 pence per mile. If your car does 60 miles per gallon, this is based on petrol prices, you pay 5.7 pence per mile in fuel duty. What is being proposed is that you pay 3 pence per mile for an electric car. It is still a good deal. It feels instinctively that we've been done over, but the numbers tell me something different. Proportion is key. Sam, you're the numbers man. What do you think?
I think you're right, John. I think you've summarised it quite nicely. It's absolutely relevant that we need to have a mechanism by which all vehicles on the road need to pay for using them. But a pence per mile isn't it. It's just not going to work. There's so many holes in it. It's bonkers. So yeah, I like your maths. The trouble is the fuel duty is paid at source as a result of paying for the fuel, as well as your road fund license. This pence per mile is not going to work. There's just too many impracticalities to it. The self-declaration, you're doing it end of the year, end of the financial year. How is it going to be policed? There's just a million different questions that we've been discussing internally already, and obviously it's very evident in the chat already that people are also skeptical about the plausibility of the process, which is what we talked about before the budget even came out. Right? Things just get leaked these days. It's like the budget is being leaked, so that nothing is shock and awe when it comes. But so yeah, it's disappointing that they haven't come up with a structure as to how they're going to do it, just the principle of what they want to do. And I just don't think that's enough when you're making such a material change. But there is some good news. For CPOs, there's some good news. We've got business rate relief, which will save a tremendous amount of money. However, that is completely offset by standing charges, which has gone up, and this is not a mistake, 42,000% since 2021. So whilst they giveth with one, they taketh away with the other. So there's still a long way to go. But I know the other guys will be chomping at the bit to contribute. So I'll stop there.
Thank you, Sam. Great analysis. Paul, your victim has just joined the call. Ian
I know,
Mayhew,
that's what I was just saying.
Run, Ian, run! Oh, we'll be
He's in the hood, man. He's in the hood. Paul, your thoughts on the 3 pence per mile?
It's a difficult one. I mean, there's lots of suggestions in there's an article in the Telegraph apparently. I haven't read it, but I've seen summaries of it. And Gary Comerford, our good friend Gary Comerford, was quoted in said article, and it sort of suggested that it would mean that 400,000 cars would not go on the road because of this 3 pence per mile, and I think people have forgotten the ZEV mandate, because actually that would be like not possible actually, because after 2030, 80% of cars will be electric, zero emission, according to the ZEV mandate, which will have kicked in with all of its fines and all of that good stuff by 2030. So it's I guess if they're going to do something, they've got to do it at some point. And 2028 doesn't seem such a bad thing. But I think what they've got is that they are giving with one hand and taking with the other. So they sort of gave a tax relief thing, and they increased the expensive car supplement to 50,000. And my car falls in that sort of 40 to 50,000 pound vehicle, but mine was registered before April the 25th, and so suddenly, you know, they're getting 650 million from that sort of thing there, and then rolling that forward, and then they say, oh no, we're giving it back. It just feels very disingenuous and messy, quite challenging really when you come to do the numbers that they have to get. We understand that, but timing is everything.
TCO is going to be affected, Sarah, massively, and trying to work out for a fleet manager exactly how this may impact you and the costs of running your fleet. It's going to be problematic.
Yeah, of course, remembering at the moment motorcycles and vans aren't affected by it. It is much more targeted at the private vehicles and
Indeed.
vehicles. So that's okay. But I think what's really happened here is a social ripple. Everybody's having a sort of thunderclap of outrage around it, and we've got lots of people who are anti-EV being very excited about the fact that we're being stung for our decision. We're still not. It's still about a clean air argument. For me, it's still about the benefits that EV brings me. I am a high mileage driver. I will pay more to do that, but it still won't be as expensive if I went back to diesel or petrol. So anything like parity is a bonus for EV in my book, and we're still miles off that.
Absolutely. We are. Yes, Sam, go on.
Sorry, one last thing. I just remembered that Sarah just reminded me as well. What I'd love to, I know I called out Let's Do a Freedom of Information Act for Northampton Council last week, but this week, what about a call for action in terms of how much money is being saved as a result of better air quality in our cities? Do we need to factor that into the maths?
I saw that Sarah Gray has also talked about let's write to our MPs. I think there is a process, and the process is that we need to absolutely respond to the consultation, write to your MPs. If you find that this is difficult and this is problematic for your business, most especially, then let them know. Let government know. They are consulting on this, and they do respond to consultations, as we'll find out in a moment with our second story. Let's move on, because it's time for the shout-outs. It's 10:17. Oh, this one could have run and run and run, but we're going to do the shout-outs. Steve Warts, good morning to you. 7:10. He had a bit of a long lie this morning. Gary Comerford, the aforementioned Telegraph journalist. Good morning, sir. Lovely to have you here. Screenwash King James, you'll be at the Greenfleet Awards next Thursday night. You're up for an award. Well done, matey. Leon Gomez. Now then, he's a cheeky chappy. Morning all. Happy Friday. For yippee-ki-yay, mother fluffer.
Oh, so close. You with that too, John. You didn't mess
Oh
it
no,
up.
the AI auto cue. Oh no.
Dear lordy. You stay away from my mother. Daryl Sharp, good morning to you. T-3 sleeps and counting. Tell us more.
EV week, I assume.
EV National EV Week.
Ah,
Hello.
of course.
Darren,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Let's sign you up.
Stuart Humphrey, it's Friday, and I'm where all the fun is. Where are you then? Wayne Dunn. Good morning, Wayne. K12 Beano. It's EV Beano. He's in the house. Morning, friend.
Beano.
I know. Paul Shearer Barnfather, he's here. Tracy Kearns from lovely sunny South Wales. Is it sunny where you are? Because it's absolutely chucking it down here in Scotland. Mark Elliott, morning gang. Lovely sunny morning in Lichfield. Sam Clark, 8964. Don't know what that means. We'll have to work that out. What does 8964 mean to Sam Clark? Do
It's part
tell
of
us.
his reg number.
I know.
Oh.
It's probably his PIN number. Just go for it.
I like that.
Toby Hiles, morning. Rob Dustin, 11 out of 10 today. We are delighted to hear that. Listen, my friend, if there are people out there who are not up in the sort of 9s, 10s, let us know. Let us know how you're diddling. Had somebody reach out and ask me if I was okay this week, which was really kind. Thanks, Amy. Leo Pickford, morning, mate. Dev Chakravarti, DEV, he's in the house. Yes, poor me, you're right. Madame Le Bonbon, Lulu Hagen is here. Sarah Gray, creepy, stalky vibes.
Stalky vibes, yes.
Golly. Mark Main, morning, my friend. How are you, mate? Matthew Ling, Oat Cappuccino. Well, get you. He's in Norwich. He's fancy, isn't he? Michael Barton, not until 2028 for the 3 pence per mile. Darn right. And if we can do something about it, we will. Mark Smith, good morning. Good morning to you, Lloyd Allen. Oh, I love Lloyd Allen. He's coming on to the webinars next week, and he'll be one of our guests.
7.1 out of 10.
He's very specific. That's why I love him.
Point
Good.
1. I want to know what the point 1 is all
He
about.
was 7.2 last week.
He was indeed. You're right, Sam. He's feeling a little
Well
worse off.
spotted.
Our numbers man is at it again. George Davidson, bum bags, or as they call us in the USA, fanny packs. Well, hasn't the USA been a gutter of miserable yuck this week? Jordan Conway. 3 pence per mile will not impact commercial vehicles. You are quite right. And you do 30,000 miles a year, so you are a busy pixie. Laura Hustwick Wilkes from Power. Hello. Tom Middleditch, ledge that he is, and Ian Shake. Good morning, Ian. Ross Morgan. Hello, hello, hello. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Have
Apparently
we
he's in
got any?
Ireland.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, I was just thinking of. I saw Laura Hustwick Wilkes. Think
You're
Pam.
thinking of
Scott Eady. Yo, yo, yo. Live from Cafe Nero in the house. Lovely to see you, mate. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Where are
I can't
so
find him.
many?
Oh, there he is.
Rob Wills at the Transport and Energy Forum last week. Dr. Andy Palmer, oh, I love Andy, called for the government to keep to a standard timeline and to provide certainty and clarity. It completely muddles the policy direction. You have one branch of government giving our EV subsidies and another taking it away. You are right, my friend. Stuart Humphreys just sending you love and hugs. Alex Latimer, happy Friday from Emotional TPS after a T&E award win last week. Well done, Alex. Good for you. Ash Bannister, 2 mugs is in the house. Gordon Bennett, that is an awful lot of comments. Love you. Paul.
Leon Rook. We don't know Leon. We haven't said hello to Leon Rook. Different
Leon Rook, my apologies. Cheering me up, crew. Delighted to hear it. And that's why we're here. Now then, let's move on, shall we? Because it's 10:21, 3 stories. 9 minutes, 3 minutes each. Let's go! The Department for Transport has set up fresh proposals around electric vans following a consultation on regulations. The main proposals including transferring zero-emission vans with a weight of 3.5 tonnes to 4.25 tonnes away from the heavy vehicle testing system and into the MOT network, with the tests being used for 3-tonne and 3 to 5 tonne goods. They're being used instead. So, not going to have to go through any new regime of MOT testing. It would just be the same as if you drive a standard 3-tonne or 3.5-tonne vehicle. And the decision follows such vans having a higher mass compared to their petrol and diesel equivalents because of the batteries. In addition, the DFT said it would amend annual testing schedules for electric vans so that their first test is after 3 years from registration and annually thereafter. No requirement for a tachograph use either, especially if you're towing a trailer up to 7 tonnes. None of that stuff applies. Paul, I think this is great news. At last, you're querying something that I've just said.
Yes. I'll finish what you were going to say.
No, I'm finished,
okay.
mate. Go.
So the query is that the TACA legislation for towing up to anything over 3.5 tonnes has been in place for forever and probably will stay. I would have thought. I can't see them taking that off because that would be a complete change in legislation that's been here for years and years and years and wasn't part of the consultation, as I understand it. But anyway, it is good news. So good news on the MOT testing. That transforms the ability to get those vehicles through an MOT from, one of, I think, a small number, into the hundreds of MOT testing centres for the HGV version to thousands that are in Class 7. So it makes it easier, it makes it cheaper, and it takes away a load of time as well. So that is great news. The TACA legislation, which has been one of those things that has confused the heck out of everybody, that gone is good news. One slight word of caution, though, because they've said we need to consult on the speed limit. So the 56 or 62 miles an hour speed limit. They're saying, we need to just need a further consultation on that. We can see that it should be uniform, but is it or isn't it? And it probably should go to the normal speed for a 3.5 tonne van, but they want to consult on it. And that, if they wrap that consultation and into the other two and don't, I'm sorry, Sam, but it is important that we don't want that consultation holding up the legislation on the other two pieces, because those two pieces will make a big difference for fleet operators.
Paul, thank you for your full and honest update. 10:24,
I know.
3 minutes.
I know,
Beautifully
sorry.
timed. The number of UK councils fully compliant with the national public EV charging standards has increased significantly, according to research by Drax Electric Vehicles, sponsors of the 10 o'clock news. It said that 67% of councils that responded to its Freedom of Information request reported full compliance with the Public Charge Point Regulations 2023, up from 47%. So that's a 20% increase, whilst the proportion admitting complete non-compliance fell from 21% to 6%. We still have 6% of councils not complying with the regulations. The standards require chargers to offer contactless payment, maintain 99% reliability for rapid units, provide a 24/7 helpline and support open data access via OCPI. From November 2025, further measures come into effect, including roaming interoperability and expanded open data sharing, designed to make cross-network charging simpler for drivers. Sarah, this is great news that we're seeing such an increase in the compliance. Still baffles me how 6% of councils are getting away with it. And what is the punishment going to be for those that don't meet the standard? Do you know?
This is about partnership. This isn't their problem. They've contracted in a lot of these cases and they're being let down by their procured partners. So it's on them at this point. Great to see Drax keeping a tab on this. I remember reading this exact report and I congratulated Drax on their data insights on our podcast. Please go and listen to it, available on all good podcast channels. No, I really mean it. And people like Tracy Cairns are always banging the drum for good partnerships, and please keep doing that. But let's not bash the local councils, because 6% isn't too bad and they've got quite a lot to do.
Sam, sorry.
Quick bit of maths, though. If 6% are non-compliant, but over a third haven't responded to the Freedom of Information Act, can we therefore assume that they might not have the best data to share? Therefore, it's probably a bit more than 6%.
Devil's in the detail. That's why he's the numbers man and he looks after the pennies. Paul even nods sagely. So is there agreement, Paul?
Well, yeah, he probably read it from the comments in the chat. I think somebody else said that.
Did they? I was too busy doing the maths.
Michael Barton was on it. He was on it.
I just love how kind we are to each other. 10:27. Right, 3 minutes to go.
At the same time as I was speaking. That's not fair.
Right, 10:27.
It was in before.
Oh, I'm sure it was. You hardly need me to tell you that it's almost the season to be merry. But not too merry if you're driving. Employers are being warned about the risks of drink and drug driving as we approach the Christmas season, with incidents involving at-work drivers commonplace, new research suggests. More than half of small to medium-sized enterprises have experienced a drink driving incident in the past 3 years, whilst 54% say the incidents had a damaging effect on their business, according to IAM RoadSmart, with more than half, 59% of businesses expecting some of their employees to drive for work the day after their Christmas party. The chance of a drink driving incident occurring is considerably higher, it warns. And despite the risk, only 1 in 5 companies test their business drivers for alcohol in their system daily over the festive period. On top of this, almost half of firms fail to provide any drink driving awareness training to staff at this time of year, with more than a third waiting until an incident happens before doing anything about it. Now, we're lucky enough to have Drive Tech as part of our AA sponsorship, and Drive Tech and many other organisations provide training and support to avoid such horrendous incidents. Guys, any thoughts on this kind of thing? I know it's not EV related, but it kind of is, really, because if you're being a good person doesn't mean everybody else is, and your EV could get into a bit of bother if you get hit by some muppet who was out on the beer last night. Sam?
I've got one quick one, and there's a third element here which I just wanted to highlight, which is not mentioned in these numbers, and that is there is another influence that can affect all of us every time we get in the car, and that is tiredness. But I think it's also really important. We've done stuff internally to say to our drivers, please take breaks, right? So even if you're not drinking and you're not taking drugs, which hopefully you're not, certainly the latter, tiredness is also a killer. So I just wanted to highlight that as well.
Have to say, EV Beano, Ron Godfrey, that's the comment of the day. Sponsored by the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, brilliant. Paul, it is a real challenge, isn't it? Especially for guys involved in logistics who, you want to live a life, but you've also got to go out and deliver next day.
Yeah, I think is this next day bit is the critical bit. And I've been to many an event, and people would swear they would never drink and drive, but they will drink till 3 a.m, and they'll be driving at 8:30, and the maths just don't work that all that alcohol will get out of your system. Now, people are well-meaning, but they drive like hungover, head fuzzy, all that sort of stuff, and it's. We need education. I think that's the critical bit, and that's the point that should be highlighted. To Sam's point as well, tiredness, drink, and drugs. I mean, goodness, but there's also medicated, prescripted drugs as well, prescribed. Anyway,
do you know what the biggest difficulty in any car that Sam's in is? Being distracted by Sarah.
Oh, that's true.
And her loveliness. I'll get it in before you do, Sam. Right, we're done. That's it. 10:30 on the nail. So, if you've got any clean transport PR or news stories you'd like us to cover, please send them to us at hello@evcafe.org. Until next Friday, well, maybe next Friday, we're having a little bit of a chat about that one because, it's going to be the Green Fleet Awards thing and, I'm going to be on a train and, whatever. So, could be a challenge. We'll come back to you, let you know what's going on. Anyways, goodbye from me, goodbye from them. And this has been an EV Café production supported by Drax Electric Vehicles, holding your hand through the fleet EV transition. Other sustainability news services are available. But frankly, this is just fun! The EV Café is truly blessed to be partnered with VAA, Alcoholics Anonymous, Webfleet, Europe Car, Iveco, Utility Line, Schneider Electric, EV Blocks, AW Energy, CPD Bodies and True Charge with EV Café. Supporting the transition to clean transport. Join us for National EV Week next week. Hit us up on LinkedIn, find the links. We'll be posting loads and loads and loads. Come and join us because it's going to be great. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend, wherever it takes you. And we'll see you next Friday. Maybe. See you later. Bye.
Bye.